Welcome to GreyPrimer.com. My name is Nick, I'm your host, and today we're going to be unboxing Mantic's Northern Alliance Army for Kings of War. Oh, almost too big to fit in the frame. The miniatures that I was looking for from this were really Northmen, sort of Norse warrior characters who were pretty much kitted out for warfare in winter. Not like the lightly sort of armored summer invaders coming across on their boats to Britain or wherever. I wanted these to look like they were kitted out for combat in the snow and the deep winter drifts. And definitely I think that's what you get in here. Let's just see if we can get a nice close-up there. Yeah. Really good range of minis in there as well. Some of those sort of frost giant looking dudes. And it looks like you get quite a lot of stuff in there. Sort of 35 miniatures in total. And really reasonably priced as well. So looking forward to getting into this. Be right back. Alright folks, so here we go. We've got Mantic, Kings of War, Northern Alliance Army. This is the big box. So let's get stuck in here. Well, we can have a little look at the art as well. Oh, very, very subtle Mantic logo up here. Kings of War. Some lovely painted minis on the front there. Northern Alliance Army. What looks like a champion. This side. This side, same. And then the back, just a breakdown of what you're getting. You're getting 30 of these dudes. 1 champion. 3 of these frost giants, I'm thinking they're called, and this artillery crew here. So 35 miniatures in total. Pretty cool. Let's have a look. Ooh, Mantic points. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Mantic points, you can save these up and you can actually get free stuff from their website, which is lovely. And the longer you save for, the better the free stuff. Here we go. So individually wrapped. It's gonna be loud. Hey! Sorry if you're listening with your headphones on. Okay, so we get some bases. Got 25 mil bases here. Some, what are those, 40 mil square, and I think 50 mil square as well. Yep. So 3 40 mils, 1 50 mil, and then a bunch of 25 square. Maybe 20 or 25. This is something I want to check. So let's just check it. Those are 20 mil. So 20 mil bases. 20 mil square bases on these sprues. And then that is a 40 mil square and a 50 mil square as well. Righty. There is... oh, Mel. Okay. I was not expecting Mel. So this is the artillery piece and its crew in metal. So we're going to actually have a little look at this. That's sharp. It's nice detail on that, isn't it? It's like a frost bird kind of feel to it. And the different pieces of the device. Spiky bits. Back in the day, there would have been, I guess, lead in this stuff. And on more than a few occasions, I would have been, I'm sure, skewered on something like this. Which is probably not good for you. More ammo. Obviously, there's no lead in minis anymore that I'm aware of. Well, it's been a good few decades since we had lead in our minis. Yeah, mostly in, a complete piece there, which is nice. I do like the way his robe, you can tell where sort of his legs are pushing it apart there and stretching the fabric. That is a nice detail. Okay. Get the other one. I want to keep this all together because I have a feeling I would lose pieces of this very quickly. Oh yeah, cool. Let me just get the macro light on this one. Cool expression on the face there. Yeah, nice robes and everything. Yeah, good start. I don't see too many metal minis these days, so it's nice to see something there. So there's sprues in the plastic there, but I want to see what this is first. So this is in bubble wrap at the end. And for those of you still stressing from me popping the air bubble earlier, this is a slightly more soothing sound. Hang on, I'll get by the mic. Ooh. And all is better in the world. Okay, enough of these shenanigans. Let me zoom in a little here. See what we got. So I'm guessing these are the ice giants. Is that resin? He asks, no one in particular. 2 and 3, so that we can have a look at one of these as he throws what's potentially resin off to one side, shattering into a million pieces. No, I don't think so. I think we're good. My experience with Mantic up to this point is that they're well put together. Yeah, these look like resin to me. I don't know what that's testing for, but so these are the ice giants, mostly already constructed, just the head and the... Right, what does this actually look like? Where's the box? So what do their faces look like? Is it just this kind of hole? Oh, it is. Okay. Your face is a hole, apparently. So... Oops. Yeah, really straightforward to put together, I'd say. Yeah, cool. Lovely detail on the spikes in the back. Not a huge amount of cleanup to do, just these few strands, and that just needs shaved off there, but nothing major. I was actually expecting those to be that translucent blue plastic for some reason. I don't know why. I guess I hadn't looked at them in great detail. And then we've got our main infantry pieces here. So we've got 30, so yeah, each of these baggies has got 10 dudes in it. Oh, I almost missed that. And I almost missed that. So slightly larger square base there. And another metal mini. So the champion, I guess? Looks like the champion is in metal. And in many pieces. Oh man, look at the... He is really legging it here. That's great motion there. He's pegging it across the battlefield. Very cool. And admirable when you consider the amount of armor he's carrying and the multiple layers and the heavy boots. Nice detail on the arm. Shield is pretty cool as well. Got his other arm holding a super heavy axe. A little bit of cleanup, but not a huge deal. He's got the most interesting bit of cleanup on the top of his head. It's like a little Christmas decoration. Great stuff there. I'm guessing that sort of deformed side of his beard is to do with where it connects to the rest of the mini. Yeah, I'd say so. Okay, we'll find out anyway. His robe with stitching detail, which is lovely. Get a real feel for the animal pelts there. This demon skull. It could be interesting to find out where that lives on his body. Oh, is that an alternate head? Oh, that'd be cool. Drinking implement or a battle horn, one of the two. And an alternate other arm, I think. Oh no, that looks like two-handed. Okay, listen. Hard to tell when it's like that, but we'll find out. We'll work it out. Let's have a look at one of these. 3 exactly the same. So cut. Sorry, 3 packs of these with 10 warriors in each. Now, so are the sprues different? They are. Okay, cool. Let's take them in turns. Let's get some more light. Okay, so short swords. Looks like a club with teeth in it. More single-handed weapons. Oh, there's a double-handed weapon. You can see the severed hand sort of stuck to it there. Kind of spiked spear, staff. Pretty cool details on the shield there. Nice to see behind the shield sort of how it actually is held and strapped to the arm. Those kind of details are interesting to see. And it would be something that would be so easy just to leave out. The detail... Oh, cool. Is that a fox or something? The detail in Mantic's minis has come on, you know, in leaps and bounds. There were times where I've sort of looked at minis in the past from Mantic and not really been sure where the face was or, you know, any of the details on the face. And now, you know, they're going into fantastic details. Speaking of faces... These are all backs of heads, I think. Yes. Now this is a different level for Mantic. Just trying to get light on these. There we go. Ah, that's brilliant. They've really got their stuff together now. I love the quality in this. I mean, clearly you can see eyebrows and the beard and the cheeks and the nose and the eyes. You know, all the things you sort of expect to see. Oh, wow, that one's got an animal head. His head in an animal head. Yeah, all those little details you expect to see these days, and definitely Mantic is absolutely up to speed with that. I mean, you can almost pick out the personality of this person here. And this one as well, with the mouth slightly open. That's just fantastic level of detail. We got shields there. Oops. More arms and axes. And then into the actual body types. Variety, sort of static, sort of open leg look there, but also this sort of leg drawn back slightly. So not a huge amount of, and this one on the opposite side, not a huge amount of motion there. They're sort of knees slightly bent and legs apart, but with the arms having a bit of flexibility, not ball and socket, they're kind of on these flat plates. You'd have the opportunity, definitely are still there to personalize that whatever way you like. So, yeah, so you get 3 sets of those in the 3 different baggies. You've got your ice giants there, the champion, and then the artillery piece as well. And that's it. That's the entire contents of the box. The only thing that I'll be changing out will be those bases. I'll put those up to 25 mil and change them out from those smaller 20 mils. Yeah, I will go and get them built, and I'll be back shortly. Take care. Bye. Alright, we are finally back. That was a huge build. So much to do. We had those 30 infantry pieces. We had the 3 ice golem giants. Couple of pewter minis in there as well. It gave us a bit of work to get those glued together. Very heavy, certainly the champion. And I had to sort of revert to using Araldite with them, or not Araldite, sorry, Loctite with him. Mantic is one of those companies that I absolutely love what they're trying to do, and sometimes it really works. Like when you look at the Lord and Chimera set recently, the Mantic Giant, they're just knocking it out of the park for detail and for value for money on both of those as well. Mantic is generally good value for money, but in the past there's been a case of like you just have to live with a little bit of pain for getting that value. So you might have like heavy mold lines or maybe not enough detail around the faces. So every time I get a new Mantic set, I'm just like crossing my fingers, you know, that we're going to see sort of a step in the right direction again. So for the Northern Alliance army that we are looking at today, it is a huge step in the right direction. These ice golems, let's just have a look at them first. I believe that's what they're called, ice golems. While the faces are a little uninspiring, the actual sculpts are really good. There were some gap issues between the head and the body, but I just put in some filler there. A little unsuccessful. I can still see a bit of that gap, but I'm not too stressed about that. There's nothing to say that you have to do this as ice. You could do these as like crystals coming out. This could be like amethyst coming out of rock, or you know, something like that. Jade, or I don't know what else. You could be a bit imaginative there. Also with the face, like I was watching the Lost in Space 2 trailer last night, and you could probably play around there a wee bit with that and do some kind of like special effects in this sort of flat bit on the inside. There's probably something you could do there to make that a bit more visually interesting. The 3 of these are the same, so these are the ice golem creatures. And then we go into the metal characters, these pewter ones. This is part of the artillery team, and it's okay. Kind of like almost elven, samurai kind of feel, but also with skins and things like that. So I'm not really sure the vibe I was getting there, but well sculpted, nice detail. The champion character, which is this fella here, is very heavy. Really heavy cloak and stuff. You can see that fantastic sort of stitching effect, and then the pelt up above. Huge armor pieces on his shoulder there. Really heavy duty gloves, heavy shield. Everything about this dude is tough and robust and ready to battle in winter. Anyway, got them together. I did not put together the artillery piece. It would have been a waste, and I think I can use the different elements of it for custom building different minis, but you can see it on the box here somewhere. Oh yeah. So that's it there. Came with 2 figures. One of them was just clearly using the machine. He had his hands right together there, holding on to, I guess, the launch lever, the firing lever. So I didn't put him together either, and I didn't put together the actual artillery piece. I'll use it for something else in the future. But it was pewter as well, so it was in the metal finish. But now we'll just look at the sum of the 30 infantry, multiple head variants, and a mixture of male and female characters. Decent enough swords, kind of thick looking swords, chunky kind of swords, but fine, and the level of detail in the faces and everything. You can see the what's this called? Quilting on the armor and on the winterwear clothing. Cool shields made of like what look like antler pieces there, which is kind of clever. And you can see some of the nice details on the coats and stuff. But yeah, kind of cool to have just mixed gender throughout. Lots of different weapons types. Lots of different variations on poses and things like that. Some of these great sort of bearded characters, somewhere between Kurt Russell's character in The Thing and Chris Christopherson or Santa. You know, they kind of had that vibe. And you could have some fun, I guess, with the colour of hair and stuff that you do. Some of the shields are brilliant. I mean, you got animal skulls and tusks and teeth and all sorts of variations to show that these are not just warriors, but also people who live outdoors and, you know, hunt and use every part of the animal for their clothing, for their weaponry, for embellishments to their armour and stuff. And I enjoyed putting them together very much. I'll not go through a huge number of these, but I just wanted to give you sort of a feel for them. Another variation on the shield there. Or is that the same as the one before? I don't know, but even, you know, if it's the same, they're holding it a slightly different way. They've got a different posture. And I really enjoyed playing around with the different types. Find one here with a spear. So this was the least interesting helmet type to me, or head type. I had this small sort of cone head helmet. Cool shield though. And a very cool spear. With again some embellishment on it there. So felt... Oh, well, there's a couple of other types there I wanted to highlight or showcase. This is another, sorry about the focus lag there. I love these cool antler sort of embellishments to the back of the backpack. And I like that very much. You know, it really felt like an army that was on the march, had their camping gear with them, their hunting gear, and I guess as they traveled across the frozen wastelands, they were adding to their armor and stuff, you know. I guess they'd be hunting and stuff as they go. And that one kind of felt very Game of Thrones to me. You know, I just expect to see flames coming up off his sword there. Similar shield before. The cool antlers on the backpack. But yeah, you can sort of imagine this army on the march. And as they kill deer or whatever, they're adding bits and pieces to their armor to show that they're the ones who took them down. They're adding to their the skins that they're wearing for heat. I like this one because I was able to sort of put the shield up almost like he's protecting himself against the fall of arrows. That was kind of neat. And the shield looks like it's made of strung together bones, which is very clever. So yeah, really great sculpts there. So whoever did the design work on these over at Mantic has done a fantastic job. That spear just caught my camera, so this camera takes a lot of abuse. Another female character there. Again, sort of using that shield to protect her face. The tusks and things on the backpack here are another layer of embellishment. And you can really look at the details in these spears and stuff and see how they've put them together, which you don't often see. You don't sort of get that level of detail. It's like, well, I wonder how that spear's put together. It's like, oh yeah, there's a leather thong here holding all these bits and pieces of bone and stuff that have been sharpened together. So that's kind of neat. Do we have another regular sword carrier here? We do. So again, not my favorite helmet, but a nice pose. Nice details on the clothing. Loving the boots. And we'll pick one more Let's see if we can get another Kurt Russell. No, definitely not a Kurt Russell. Definitely not in focus. And there we go. So very cool. And that's really it. I enjoyed putting these together. The Ice Golems, or whatever they're called, a little bit boring. I mean, they're all the same. All I really ask for is maybe a variant on the arm, you know, the left arm there, or perhaps an option on the face. I figured that would be pretty straightforward to do. The face just slots into the main body. You could easily have 3 different types, you know, for choice there. That would have made those a little bit more interesting visually. The champion was cool, if a little heavy. He looks pretty neat. Standing on that, whatever the skull of that creature is. Artillery piece that I didn't put together, but it looks neat. The infantry, sometimes when you're doing like 30 of something, it can be so boring, but this was not the case. I found that there were so many variations on the armor, on backpacks, on weapons, on the heads, and everything had so much detail that as I was clipping it off the sprue, I was sort of examining it with the magnifier and just really loving all of the detail on the pieces of animals that had been used, and the leathers and the pelts and teeth and claws and antlers and all sorts of things. So somebody had spent a huge amount of time designing these, and it's a win on this one. I think this is a great Mantic set if you were looking to start an army in Kings of War, especially now that the 3rd edition rules are out. I hope you liked the video, so like and subscribe as always. Comment below. In our description we also have links out to Facebook, our merchandise store, Instagram, and you can click on the Wayland Games link there, the affiliate link. And anything you purchase using that link, I'll get a small kickback. You'll get the normal discount over at Wayland Games. Coming up on the next episode of GreyPrimer.com, we're going to stay with Mantic, stay with Kings of War, and stay with the Northern Alliance as we unbox the Lord on Chimera kit. And boy, is it a beast. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.